Okay, good morning class. We are starting a different division strategy today. So we're going to title our paper in our math notebook, Repeated Subtraction. Okay, so our goal today is to get more efficient with division strategies, okay, to solve division problems. We've learned equal groups so far. We learned arrays. We practiced arrays yesterday. So today you're going to learn how to repeat subtraction, okay? So let's start with a division problem like, let's just say 10 divided by 2. To do repeated subtraction, you're going to take your dividend and subtract the divisor, and you're going to keep subtracting until you get to 0, okay? So I'm going to start with 10 minus 2. What is 10 minus 2? 8. So now we take the 8 and subtract 2.
That is 6.
It is 6. Good. Okay. Now I'm going to take the 6 and subtract 2.
It's 4.
It's 4. Okay, and now I have to keep going until I get to 0, so I can't stop yet. I'm going to use the 4 and subtract 2 again.
That's equal to 2.
That's equal to 2. Am I at 0 yet?
No.
No, so I need to go one more time. 2
Times
minus 2
equals 0.
0. So now I can stop. Now to get my answer, I need to go back and count how many times I subtracted.
You subtracted 4.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 10 divided by 2 equals 5. Okay? So you're going to subtract whatever this number is. Okay? And you're going to keep subtracting it until you end up with 0 or none left. Okay? That's kind of like taking, I have 10 items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's like you're taking 2 out at a time. So you're subtracting 2 because you're splitting up by 2 each time. So here's 2 that you took away, another 2, another 2, another 2, and another 2. And we ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? Any questions so far on how we're setting this up? Or on this specific problem? On this specific problem, Allie? Okay, what's your question?
Why do we have to do it until 0?
Because you have 10 things and you're splitting them up until there's none left. Okay? If there's none left, you would end up with 0. So that's why we go to 0. Okay, so it's like you have 10 things and you're splitting it up between, let's just say, 2 people. And you want to keep splitting groups of 2 until you end up with none left. Okay? Alright, let's try another one. 16 divided by 4. Okay, so I'm going to start with what? What would my first subtraction problem be right here?
16 divided by 4.
16 minus 4. 16 minus 4 is 12. Okay, what would my next one be? Good. 12 minus 4 equals 8.
And 8 minus 4.
Okay, good. 8 minus 4
Equals 4. Equals 4.
4. Can I stop there?
No.
Nope, gotta keep going. 4 minus 4
Is 0.
is 0. Now we can stop. And to get your answer, we count the number of times we subtracted. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 16 divided by 4 equals 4. Okay? So think of this as your first subtraction problem. That's what we started with. 10 divided by 2, so we need to start with 10 minus 2. And then we keep subtracting until we have nothing left. Okay? All right, I'm going to give you another one, and I want you to do this one on your own. Let's do something easy. 20 divided by 5 equals what? Okay, so subtract repeatedly on your notebook, and we'll check it. Okay, let's check our answer. I start with what as my first subtraction problem?
20. 20 subtract 5 equals 15.
20 minus 5, thank you.
20 minus 5 equals 15.
Equals 15, good. Now I take 15 and subtract 5 again. What does that equal? 10. Okay, y'all stay with me. I want you to respond after I'm done talking, and then, you know, when you hear me pause, then that's when you reply, okay? So 10 minus what?
10 minus 5.
There we go. Equals
5.
Okay? We got to keep going, so we do 5 minus 5
Equals 0.
equals 0. Now how do we get our answer?
By numbering the...
Counting it. Good. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4.
The answer is 4.
4 is your answer. Okay, now I'm going to give you another one. And instead of just doing repeated subtraction, I want you to do all 3 strategies we've learned, which is equal groups,
But I don't have any...
if you need to go to the back, you can. But I'm going to write down what I want you to show. Equal groups, an array, and repeated subtraction.
How do you do that?
Okay? We're going to review it together. I want to see what you can remember on how to solve a problem using these 3 strategies we've learned. Okay? Okay, and there's your problem. Equal groups, array, and subtraction. I'm going to be coming around the room and watching you to see what you remember from yesterday. Okay, so for 32 divided by 4, we had to do all 3 of these strategies, equal groups, array, and repeated subtraction. So go ahead and turn your focus towards the board and watch what we're doing. That way you can make sure you're doing it correctly. 32 divided by 4 means I need to start with 4 groups. And I'm taking 32 and splitting it up into these 4 groups. So what do I need to do now that I have my 4 groups made?
Keep adding dots until you get to 32.
Good. Keep adding dots until I get to 32. Now it's important when you make your dots to make them neat, so when you go back to count how many are in the group, you're able to count each one of them. Don't do a little tiny dot that you can barely see. Make it nice and neat so you can count it easily, okay? Now I know 32 is pretty big, so I'm going to go ahead and start with several dots in each group. That way I don't have to go one by one. That takes a little bit longer. So I'm going to go ahead and put I'm going to just go ahead and do 5 because I know that's 5, 10, 15, 20. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so now I have 20, and I'm going to start doing one by one now. So that's 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So now I can stop. I look at the amount in one of the groups, and I can easily count 8. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 in each group. Okay? For an array, how would I start an array? 4 going down. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to keep filling it in until I get to 32, correct?
Yes.
Okay? So I don't just start making as many as I want to going across because I don't know how many I'm going to end up. So all I do is start filling in going down, right?
Yes.
I keep doing 4 down until I run out. So this is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So now I can stop. I already know the answer, it's 8, but I'm going to make sure that this matches. So I count how many X's are in one row. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So we have 8 again. Now for repeated subtraction, which we learned today. We start with 32 minus 4. We keep going until we get to 0. So I walked around the room and we struggled a little bit with just knowing what the answer was to each subtraction problem. Okay, so just make sure that you either count down on your fingers, make sure you're not putting the wrong answer because it's going to mess up the whole thing. Okay, this would be 28. 28 minus 4. 24 minus 4 is 20. 20 minus 4. 16 minus 4 is good. 12 minus 4. 8. 8 minus 4. 4. And 4 minus 4. 0. I count how many times we subtracted. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. So 8 for sure is my answer. What do y'all remember from yesterday what we call the answer?
A product.
No, that's for multiplication. Quotient. Quotient. Quotation is for something else. That's for reading. Quotient. Okay. So what you're going to do today is all 3 of those strategies that we just practiced. Okay. You're going to get a paper that looks like this. We are going to cut out each of the flaps and glue just where the problem is. So underneath each of these flaps, I should see an array, equal groups, and repeated subtraction for the problem that's right here. Okay? Those of you at home, you will have to do your problem on top of each of these squares. Okay, or out to the side. So you guys are going to show your work underneath each of these. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so this is going to be glued in your math spiral. Get your scissors, your glue, and pencil. That's all you will need.